What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and welcome to another episode of Back to Basics. And today we're talking all about selling t-shirts online. I'm going to try to touch base on everything I know about online stores, your e-commerce store, or your web store. So first things first, I use Shopify. Does that mean you have to use Shopify? No. You use whatever will work for you. I'm going to touch base on a few things that I like about Shopify and why I chose to use Shopify. And then I'll also give you some other options that are a little bit cheaper. And I think some of them are even free. So let's get into it. So Shopify is my online store platform. They're not a marketplace, and it's not just for drop shipping. So a lot of people get those two things confused. They think Shopify is only for doing drop shipping. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there about drop shipping using Shopify. This is not that. I'm fulfilling all of my own orders. I use Shopify strictly for an online store. Now, like I said, this is also not a marketplace. Etsy is something like a marketplace, where you go to Etsy, you type in the search bar what you're looking for, and then a bunch of different vendors pop up. Shopify is not that. Shopify is only used as my online store. So when somebody goes to www.bigbrando.com, they're landing on my Shopify store. So first things first, how much does Shopify cost? Monthly, you're looking at $30. Every month you're paying $30 to use this service. Some of you probably think, man, I haven't even sold one t-shirt. I don't know if I want to spend $30 a month for my online store. Understandable. The main reason I use Shopify, it's dummy friendly. Like I always say, I'm not the sharpest upstairs. So when it comes to the computer stuff, like web design and all, I don't know nothing about that. Shopify has free pre-made themes that you just pick from. You select it, you could choose the colors, like what colors you want the buttons and the text to be, and then you upload the pictures of your products. That's it. They make it very, very user-friendly and dummy-friendly. So that's the main reason why I use Shopify. So we'll say pre-made themes, or we'll just say free themes. They also got some that you gotta pay for, but we're gonna be talking about the free ones. Now, like I said, if you go to www.bigbrando.com, it's going to bring you directly to my Shopify store. You'll see the free theme that I use. There's a bunch of them to pick from. They also got ones that you can pay for. I use the free ones. Now, outside of having the free themes, the app. The app is dope because I could track everything. I could upload products from my phone. I basically can run everything off of the app, which is dope. If I got products out of stock, I could adjust my inventory. If I take pictures of a new product directly from my phone, I could upload it directly to my Shopify store straight from the app. The one thing that I do use the computer for is when I'm printing out shipping labels, which brings me to the next big reason why I use Shopify. Outside of free themes, layout being easy to use, and all that stuff, this is the biggest one. Shipping. Shipping is all done through Shopify's dashboard. So let's say, here's the dashboard. It'll have like all your logistics of how many sales. This is like a little graph. It'll have all the menu stuff on this side. And then this is what you see on your end, right? If you have orders, it'll line it out like this. So it'll say something like orders, like unfulfilled or something like that. And then there'll be numbers, I think, or something like that. So you have all these orders, right? So when you click on your order from the computer, you're gonna see what the person bought. So here's the shirt that somebody bought. It'll say whatever the description is, what size it is, what method of shipping they chose. So let's say you're only shipping through the post office. That's what I ship through. So then we'll just say USPS. And we'll say FC for first class. And let's just say it's $5, right? That's what you charge for everything. Anytime somebody buys something from you, you ship everything first class and you charge a flat rate fee of $5. Down here, it's gonna say to buy shipping label or buy postage. I think that's what it is. Why is this right here crucial? Let me just explain something to you. There's a lot of other online platform store things out there. There's a ton of them out there. The ones that I've used personally, Big Cartel. I use Squarespace. there's one other one I can't think of off the top of my head right now. But main reason, Why I went with Shopify is because I could buy my postage and shipping labels directly through their dashboard. I never leave Shopify ever to do anything. So when I ran my Big Cartel site, Big Cartel was just the online store platform. That's where people did their transactions. That's where they see my products. That's where they bought the products from. And then when somebody bought something, I would have to copy and paste their address and their name and then go to like a stamps.com or ShipStation or one of these other shipping websites and then buy my postage through another website. This is years ago. I'm pretty sure they might have things streamlined now, but this is how it was when I used Big Cartel. So I would have to copy and paste whatever shipping information there was, name, address, all that stuff, and then go to stamps.com or ShipStation or one of those other sites, punch all their stuff in, buy my postage through them, print out the shipping label. Shopify eliminated all of that. So right from the order screen, I could click the order. I could see what they bought. Directly from there, I could just buy my postage. So when you click buy postage, it'll say, what are you using? A box, poly mailer, whatever it is. You click what it is. You could weigh it out on your scale, or you could pre-weigh all your shirts and whatever you want to offer. Goes based off of weight, where it's going, boom. On top of that, they give you a small little discount, right? Let's say standard first class shipping. If you went directly to the post office and stood in line with your packages to buy first class postage, let's say it was like, I don't know, $6. They'll give you a small little discount, and let's say you buy it through Shopify, it might be like $5.10 or something like that. That's just ballpark figure. There's a small discount involved when you use Shopify. But this main reason right here is I can do everything through this screen, so it streamlines my process. So somebody buys something, bing, I get the notification on the app, come to my computer. You can print out the packing slip, like the little paper that says this person bought size extra large t-shirt. Take that, press your order up, boom. Now all you got to do is just click buy postage. You buy the postage, it'll print directly to your Dymo label writer or whatever label printer that you got. Or if you just got a regular desktop printer to print your labels, it'll print directly to there. Now you have the shipping label, bought, purchased, printed out, all through Shopify. That's why I use Shopify. I don't get paid by them. I tried working with them in the past. They didn't like my content. They didn't want to work with me. So that's why I don't make too many videos about it. But there are a lot of other videos out there regarding Shopify, how to use it and all that. There's a lot of good videos out there if you wanted to check those out. So like I said, buying postage, huge plus when it comes to using Shopify. Next thing people always talk about is 3%. What is the 3%? People all say, hey, they're taking 3% of my profit. This 3% right here is for processing credit cards. So we'll just say CC processing. How else are you going to process credit card transactions? You can use Venmo, you can use PayPal, stuff like that. That's cool too. But to take regular credit card transactions from a trusted source, it has to be processed through something, right? That's where that 3% comes from. Now, people are like, oh man, 3%, that's a lot of money. I don't want to give up I'm already paying them X amount of dollars monthly to use their service. Why am I giving them 3% of my transactions? 3% ain't shit. And let's just be completely honest. So let's say you're selling a $20 t-shirt and you need somebody to process your credit card transaction. They charge you that 3% of the transaction. 60 cents? Is that really gonna hurt your profit, those 60 cents? How else are you gonna process a credit card transaction? You know what I mean? The benefit of using Shopify and having them process your credit card transactions is basically they'll detect fraud. They'll make sure everything is on the up and up so you get paid. So if that costs 3% of my transaction, so be it. I'll pay that all day long. I'd actually probably pay more for it because it's keeping me safe. Before I send something out, I'm making sure the money's hitting my account before I send the product off. You see what I'm saying? If somebody started buying stuff with some fake credit cards and stuff like that, Shopify detects that and warns you and says, hey, before you process this order, we found some fraudulent activity here. We'll leave it up to you what you want to do. Decline the order, not ship the stuff out, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So that 3%, don't let that scare you off because any online transaction comes with some sort of fee, right? When you're dealing with PayPal, same exact thing. If you're not sending that money, friends and family, there's a percentage attached to that for processing that transaction. You know what I mean? So in a nutshell, that's why I use Shopify for the shipping, credit card processing, and it's very, very easy to use. Now let's talk about some other options out there. Now, like I mentioned before, I've also used Squarespace. I've also used Big Cartel. There's another one. I can't remember exactly what it was, but Squarespace, Big Cartel. Out of these two, Big Cartel to me was one of the easier ones to use. And that's one of the ones that I always recommend if you wanted to get in. I think they have a free option still where you could upload one product. So Big Cartel has, I think it's a free tier, and then the next one is like $10 a month, and I think the other one is like 20 or something like that. These right here, very good options. I think for the free one, you don't get to put in like a custom domain. So it'll be like yourshop.bigcartel.com, something like that. You can't put your own. So if I were to do mine for me, it would be like bigb.bigcartel.com. So this is for the free one, right? You can't use a custom domain. But for the $10 a month one, now I could just be bigb.com for the $10 a month one. The $10 a month one also lets you, I think, put like 10 or 20 different products on the page. 20 products. The free one, I think you're only allowed one product on the page. So let's say like you just wanted to test the waters and be like, hey, first time getting into this online thing, custom domain, not a big deal, because if you're driving your traffic through Instagram or social media, all you got to do is just put that bigb.bigcartel.com in the link. They click the link, they're already on your store. See what I mean? So that's not a big deal breaker. Having one product on there, let's say you want to put your best popular t-shirt on there, boom. Now you start advertising, start promoting, start marketing, whatever your strategy is, social media, in real life, whatever you're doing, see if you could get some sales off of that. That's just using the free one, the free tier from Big Cartel. Now let's say business starts booming, you're making some money, boom. Now you could get the $10 one, right? Put a little bit more products, you could get the custom domain now, you're good to go. The $10 one, super cool. But here's your issue. I don't know now, because I haven't used Big Cartel in a long time. I don't know if they have shipping integrated into Big Cartel's platform. So you would have to get a stamps.com account to ship stuff out, right? So remember when I was talking about copy and pasting the customer's information into a stamps.com page so you can buy the postage? Well, stamps.com costs $10 a month too. So now you're paying $10 a month for Big Cartel, and then you're also paying $10 a month for stamps.com. Now you're paying $20, right? But you're doing a lot of extra legwork, right? You're going here, then you're going there. You're processing your orders here, and then you're buying your shipping labels from here. It gets kind of tricky when you're doing that, right? Let's say you have 30 orders. Business is booming. Maybe you made a TikTok video and people are buying shit like crazy. Here it is right here. You got shit going on, but now you're going back and forth for extra $10. Now you could be paying 30 for Shopify, right? All from the same screen. So that's why I use Shopify outside of all of this. I don't remember what Squarespace costs. I don't remember if you could buy shipping through them. This is just Big Cartel was one of the easier ones to use for myself. They have the free option, and then if you wanted to pay monthly, you could pay $10. But the shipping thing always messed me up. So I haven't looked at Big Cartel lately. So I don't know if they integrate shipping into Big Cartel, and maybe they work with stamps.com or ShipStation now. I don't know how that works. So if you're looking for a free option, Big Cartel is a good one to go. If you don't want to pay $30 a month, you could pay $10 a month and get a Big Cartel site with your custom domain, put a few more products up on there, but then you're gonna have to figure out the shipping part on your own. You could always not do this and go straight to the post office with your packages and buy postage directly through them if you want to stand in line. This right here is just so you can print the labels from home and then just drop it off at the post office, no standing in line. All right, last but not least, let's talk about your actual domain name. So this is the actual .com part. That's your domain, right? So this is where you tell people, just go to bigbrando.com and buy whatever you want, whatever your name of your store is, coolass-t-shirts.com, whatever it is. Your domain, you have to pay. You could buy it yearly. I use hover.com. I don't get paid by Hover to say this, but this is how I process all of my websites. I go to hover.com. They have a search on their site. At the very top, it'll say search domains or something like that. So all you got to do is type in, if whatever the name of your thing is, let's say Big B. I want to buy bigb.com. You search it, and it'll come up. bigb.com available. It's only $9 for the year or something like that. bigb.net is only going to be like $5 a year. bigb.gov or whatever it is, they all pop up under Hover. So that's why I use Hover. It's a lot easier for myself. Like I said, I make everything I do easy for me. Like I said, I'm not that sharp, So making things easier for myself is the best way to go about doing everything. So I use hover.com because it's easy to go in there and buy .coms and different domains and all that stuff. Very easy to use, and then on top of that, it integrates perfect with Shopify. So then all you have to do is just forward your new domain to your Shopify account. They make it very seamless and easy to use. So when you're buying a domain, you could buy it from Hover or I think GoDaddy and all these other ones. Same exact thing. You pay yearly for that. So it'll be like 10 bucks, 12 bucks a year for a .com name. Just go to hover.com. Do it right there. Hover, if you're watching this, I'd love to work with you guys. If you guys want to work with somebody like myself, I don't get paid by them to say this, but that's who I use. So the reason why I use hover.com, like I said, they make it very easy to search stuff before you even buy anything, so you know if it's available. They have good prices. They run sales on different stuff. So if you wanted just like a .shop or .la or .school or whatever it is, they run a lot of deals all the time. Sometimes you could get domains for like $2-3, man. It's crazy. But outside of that, easy to use, works perfect with Shopify. That's why I use it. So if you're looking for a .com, you can check these out, or you can go to any other domain purchasing spot. The prices are always the same, like $9 to $15 for the year. All right, last but not least, let's talk about Etsy. Should I start selling on Etsy? What do you think about Etsy? I don't know nothing about Etsy because I don't actually sell stuff on there. I know that they charge a certain percentage for using that platform and selling on that platform. The cool thing is it's a marketplace. The bad thing is I think they take a big chunk of your profit when you're selling on there. It's a good place to get started. Like I said, I don't know too much about the numbers, how much they charge and what the percentage is that they take and all that stuff, but there are people that are very successful on there. There are people on there that are killing it. I think it's a cool place to do custom work, but if you're like running a brand, it's a little bit easier to run your own website and have your own online platform if you're operating as a brand. If you're doing custom work, you could do your own online store, or you can use stuff like Etsy because, like I said, it's a marketplace. I say all this information so you can make a better decision for yourself. You don't have to use exactly what I use. You don't have to use any of the stuff that I talked about here. You use whatever works best for you. I'm just trying to provide a little bit of information on what I do and what I use to help you guys out. And like I said, I try to make things as easy as possible for myself. That'd probably be the best advice I could give to you, is making things easier for yourself so you understand what's going on, all right? You guys got any questions? Leave it in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, BigBrandoTV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.